Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to... The camera is really strange, it's like pointing way over that way, but it seems perfectly fine. I guess, you know, if it's fine, what can I say? Welcome back ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Live Hunt series. This is the 5th part for my series, and I want to adjust my mic, I think. There we go, that looks better. It's always very noisy when I do mic adjustments, so you'll have to forgive me for that. But, you know, looking at my... I need to find a way to refer to this, you know, my visual aspect is what I would normally say. The words that I come up, or the phrases that I come up with to describe myself on the screen are really bizarre. I need to actually think of something that's good. So maybe my... let's just say my webcam. My webcam lighting is actually close to perfect for the first time ever, I think. But it'll look different in the... post-recording, but anyway. What I've come to realise is that it's probably better for me to make things look better in the post-recording and not during the live stream, because for some reason during the live stream it's a little bit different. But, so remember when I have been talking about in the past about how whatever I have in OBS doesn't look quite the same in the live stream? Well, for the post-recording, it does actually look like whatever it is in OBS. So if it doesn't look the best in OBS, it ends up being the case where I've uploaded a video from the live stream that I did on YouTube, and it's going to look like crap because it looked like crap in OBS. So, yeah, the solution to that is maybe making things not look so great in the live stream. But hey, I look alright in OBS. I look a little bit orange, but that's kind of normal. And I look perfect in the live stream, as in not orange at all, but not, you know, pale. So trying to get the white balance working across both is freaking impossible, and I've got no idea why it's like that, but anyway. So I had a bit of a break for about a week, just from making videos. I was working on some other projects, and yeah, I'm back and ready to go. So I'm playing Generations Ultimate this time just because I haven't really played Generations Ultimate during this live stream series before. I technically did one for the previous live stream series, but we're not going to talk about that because that's not even a series. That didn't get off the ground because that particular video had problems. But regardless, just thinking of what we're going to do in this video, I think all we are going to do is search random hubs and hunt with random people. So that's pretty much the plan. I don't have an intention of getting a particular item or a particular... well, item is a strange thing to say. My head is not in Monster Hunter right now. I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls 3, actually, over the course of the last 3 days. So my brain is sort of in non-Monster Hunter mode, we'll call it. Anyway, we're going to search hubs. We're just going to search for anything. Anything that might be interesting. Shaggy Maggie. For fuck's sake. Well, they've finished the quest. I guess we'll do a Shagodu. Why not? What's Shagodu weak to again? Is it Dragon? I don't think so. Maybe he is. I would hate to have to check, because I would just feel like an idiot. Because, you know, how many times have I fought a Shagodu? I could get my Dex happening. Dex. Come on. So, where is it? Monster Hunter Double Cross Dex will... I mean, the 4G Dex would work, but we'll use the Double Cross just to make sure. I have to run it as administrator, otherwise it's like, no, you're not running on my computer. Which is kind of rude, but anyway. I guess it's a strange application. Look, I joined the frickin' room and everyone leaves. It's like, come on. Maybe they failed the quest. It's possible. It's very possible, in fact. So I guess I don't need to check the weaknesses for Shaguru anymore. Maybe it's Thunder. I just can't remember, seriously. Key quests, no thanks. Charm chasing? Is that the one with the, Brachydios? Probably. Rust Razor? What's that? Oh, it's a deviant of some description. Rust Razor. What? I've never heard of such a deviant. I don't want to fight Amatsu. I hate Amatsu. I really don't like her. She's a fucking bitch. But anyway. No, I find her to be a bit of a boring fight. It's just not very interesting at all. I was down for her in Portable Third because she was new, like a new Elder Dragon, and she was flying around. It looked kind of cool, but the novelty wore off pretty quickly, and there was also the fact that I hadn't fought her for so many years. up until somewhat recently. So in my head I was thinking, oh, she can't be that bad. You see, it's the same with me playing the Souls games. If I haven't played a particular Souls game for a long time, I'll do things that I knew I shouldn't have done before. But because it had been so long since I'd last done them, I thought, oh, we'll just give it a try. And then I relearn why I didn't do those things. Same thing with Amatsu. I relearned why I didn't want to fight her before. So, anyway. Hunt and Chill seemed nice. Old Fatalis event. Yeah, White Fatalis is just referred to as Old Fatalis in this game, weirdly enough, so... Silver Rathalos. We could do that. It's an event quest, so I don't know. Just going to double check the playbacks here. I'm probably going to set up a drink of some description in a moment. Ugh. My hair is having an interesting thing going on right now, but anyway. Is everything alright? Yes, everything is fine. Your hair is fine, Doomlink. You look lovely as usual. Not. Anyway. So, Hyper Silver and Hyper, the solo one, was publi bet. I don't even know if you could read that, because maybe I'm in the way of what was written there, but, so Thunder, for both, generally speaking, because they are both weak to Thunder, Rathian, Gold Rathian being particularly weak to Thunder, and Silver Rathalos having that as his secondary weakness. But still, he's fairly weak. Having said that it's a secondary, it's still pretty good. So, hold on. Why did it... It had them all readied up for the quest and then they suddenly weren't readied up. Did they change quests? Or did they... No, I was about to say, if they fucking departed, I would have been having a serious problem. Now, what are we doing? It's just Silver. Okay, so I'm going to change to Water, because that is his primary weakness. And I have a pretty good Water Sword and Shield, so... Let me just double check my guild card. I'm actually checking this for my own reference, not for you guys, but you can get something out of it as well, I would imagine. What I have here is... Okay, I need to get more Sword and Shield uses up for sure. No, don't change appearance, Christ. The worst thing is having to change your stupid Hunter arts every single time you change weapon types. If there was one thing that pissed me off in this game, that would be it. I don't have a Water Sword and Shield. Oh no, I do. I'm stupid, don't worry. I basically remembered correctly, but then thought I'd remembered wrong. So, anyway. Round Force, that'll do. Who has the time for this shit? I certainly don't. Hunter arts, what a thing. I use the Hunter arts from time to time, but I do have to admit that I don't really know what the hell's going on with them. I just don't pay attention to them too much. I pay even less attention to styles themselves. I only use guild style because that's just the original way to play the game, and that's what is most comfortable for me. When I am struggling to find things that entertain me in this game, as in much later on in my experience playing it, at that point I'll probably give styles a try. But I would say for the first maybe 600 hours or so of me playing this game, it will be guild style non-stop. That is my expectation. So, I've been digging into... This is flipped, now that I think about it. This is the Appleton Estate 8-year-old rum. It's Jamaican rum, actually. I've been digging into this week. I mean, seriously, I've been digging into it like you wouldn't believe. Maybe I've been having too much, I don't know. But, oh, ballsack! Why did you have to start now? Or, why did you have to start now? Why did you have to put me in the starting area for Silver Rathalos? Why did you have to start now? What does that even mean? This is annoying, but I guess I'm going to have to use an ancient potion. Do I have many of those in this game? I think I do, because of all the free shit that Capcom gives you in this game, which is insane, by the way. But it's cool, you know, I have less time to play this game, to be honest, so I'm down with Capcom giving me free shit, therefore saving me time. Alrighty. So it has been a while since I played this game last, probably not since I last, actually definitely not since I last streamed it. So, yeah, that's been at least a month and a half, maybe 2 months. So, or maybe a month and a half. Let's get away from that. I don't have any flash bombs, but yeah, someone else has gone and done that. Aiming for the wings for maximum damage, of course, with the Silver Rathalos. I've got Round Force already. Round Force is pretty cool. It charges really, really fast, and it does give you invincibility frames, which is cool. Could have made use of them there, but maybe for the next Wind Press. Oh, I did X instead of A. Well, sorry. As you can see, I have my styles set to that button combo instead of... It was the directional pad, wasn't it, that had it defaultly set to styles, which is terrible. I'm not putting up with that shit. There's just no way. What? Your range is insane. I thought, look, the reason why I didn't shield that was because I thought, no way he's actually going to be doing a follow-up fireball after that. And he did. So he basically comboed the ever-loving shit out of me right there. So that was rough. And I think what bothers me the most about that situation is that I wasted an ancient potion just to die anyway. So I'm just going to have to pray that I have a lot of ancient potions, and I do believe that I do. This has been some of the worst play that I've demonstrated to the camera in a Monster Hunter game so early on in recent memory. So anyway, just going to... Actually, I may as well do this crap on camera. Only because you guys are going, oh, what's he doing? Ooh. So anyway. Yeah, so update on Abalur. This fucking shit. Oh my god. So, as you guys may be aware regarding Abalur, I've been very up and down about it. It's a scotch, and it sucks, okay? When I first tried it, I thought, what? Why is this so crap, considering what I spent for it? And then I was like, oh, it's okay. And just recently, and by recently, this is what prompted me to get a bottle of rum. I drank the Abalur, and it was just, what? This is actually so bad I refuse to drink it ever again. So, basically, I don't know why I haven't tipped it out yet, but yeah, that was the situation. Yeah, I am getting bullied quite a bit, but that's alright. I will survive something. Didn't you place that pitfall when I died? How long does it take for you to get this guy in a pitfall? Then again, I suppose it is Rathalos. He does like to troll when it comes to traps. That has always been his trademark. Anyway. I guess we're just not going to use this trap, is that right? I understand that because he's hyper, he's not really going to care about this trap that much, but in the sense that he's not going to be in it for very long. But anyway. I guess we'll just attack him as normal because we're not using the trap apparently, according to the teammates who are too lazy to line up with it. Or maybe Rathalos has made it very, very clear he's not interested in getting in the trap, so everyone else has given up. But yeah, in terms of hyper monsters, I do prefer them to pretty much all other stronger versions of monsters, to be honest with you. They do make a lot of sense. I think it's better to have a monster that is stronger both in terms of defense, health, and also defense. Let me just get my head around what I just said. Defense? No. What I mean is health, damage, and I guess stamina is the word. I don't know why I said defense. You know, monsters don't have defense. That's not how that works. I don't know where my head is right now. Obviously not in Monster Hunter, and it needs to get back into Monster Hunter fairly soon. Otherwise I will continue to make a fool of myself. I'll use round force on the wind press. No, wrong freaking combo again. I keep doing the X button instead of the A button. God. You know, my play right now is so bad that it's actually shocking me that it's so bad. But anyway, we're heading over to the side area here. Oh, bloody hell. Anyway. So yeah, I do prefer Hyper when you compare it to the likes of Apex and Tempered. Tempered I find to be very stupid. That is standard Tempered, because it's only a monster damage output increase rather than a health increase as well. So it just ended up being really shit. And then Apex had that awful Y-stone system surrounding it, so I really wasn't a fan of that. You know, you'd sharpen your Y-stone and then the monster would leave, and you're like, oh, okay, so I've just wasted that Y-stone. Or, you know, you would die, and then you'd return to the fight with a Y-stone that wasn't charged and all of this. It was just terrible. I would agree with that. Epidemic shots. Anyway, so I guess it's neither epidemic or epidermic. So it's epidemic. That really blew my mind to read, by the way. I was very confused for a while. We are at risk of failing because there are two people here who are almost dead, but I'm too lazy to use Dust of Life. Vic, do you plan... Someone ate for... You know what I mean. What is it called again? Insurance, that's the word. So someone ate for insurance. We have had 3 deaths thus far. Oh my god! So, I just need to... I was about to say I just need to focus on evading this guy, but because of that flash bomb, I couldn't see shit. I actually couldn't see anything. I was just rolling. Had I seen that he was doing that, I would have gone for a dive, but the problem is with a dive is that if you dive at the wrong time, it'll leave you vulnerable when you're laying on the ground like that. So, or not so much when you're laying on the ground, but you sort of get up and can't control when you get up, so you might get comboed at that point, but that's ridiculous. Terrible, terrible fight. I'm not going to blame the guy for throwing flash bombs. I mean, I'll blame him for having the accuracy of a mentally retarded person, but, you know, just for throwing them in general is whatever. But, yeah, I wasn't overly impressed with that turn of events. Again. Well, no shit, again. We're not going to pull those, we're not going to pull a Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate and have everyone bail out when we fail once. That was one thing that I didn't like about that community as well. There were a lot of things that I... Epidemic is how you pronounce it, alright. I don't know how you could pronounce it epidemic, but... because there's a... Emic is a very specific E syllable sound. And that's an I, not an E, but... If you call it epidemic, I will say epidemic as well. Anyway, I never play this game and I'm the highest level in this room, so like I just don't play this game. And the reason why I don't is because it's just... I'm trying to get an armor set for my lance set and it's not working out for me. Because I can't work out what the hell is going on with the villager requests. There are too many villager requests in this game and it's confusing me a lot. So that's the reason why I don't play this game. And it's an insane reason. Technically, the reason why I don't play this game is because it has too much content and it leaves me confused. So, would I really fault this game for that? Maybe. It's Capcom, they're not good with game balancing. So they've added kind of too much content to this game and they don't have the know-how to, I guess, make it work properly. But maybe some people don't have issues with it. I do, so yeah. Not huge issues, it's just... I would consider a reason to not play this game to be an issue, but I don't... It's not that I'm upset about it, it's... I feel quite forgiving, because it is lots of content. And I think lots of content in a Monster Hunter is a good thing, it's just that... It really does take away the incentive to play the game, when I don't even know what the hell I'm doing when I'm trying to get a specific armor set. I'm trying to get the Grand Tokka armor set. And the problem is that the high rank version is something that you get very easily through the Yukima quests, but it seems the G rank version isn't even from Yukima. Why? I don't know. It seems to be from Poke, and it's from like this randomly appearing quest, and I can't even confirm that it's from this, but it seems that you get onto that quest line through the Armory Granny in Poke Village, and I don't even know how the hell that works. And it seems that it's not even necessarily her quest, so not only am I not sure whether I just need to wait for her to randomly appear with a quest, or if I need to start doing other quests, which I also can't work out how to do, like how to actually get to them. It's basically this maze of different quest lines that I just can't even work out how to engage with. It's just a complete mess, so I don't even know how I'm going to do it. It's just a crutch for noobs. Yeah, fair enough. Plenty of noobs in this game. A lot of people have had their first proper Monster Hunter experience in this game, which I would say is good. When I say proper Monster Hunter experience, I mean not World, so, because that's not a Monster Hunter game. So, basically, this here is the first experience that they have, and I'd say that's pretty good. There's a lot of content in this game I'm a-okay with. people experiencing this as their first proper Monster Hunter, so... This is a big Rathalos. This, Traf guy, I guess I'll call him Traf, with a silent L. It's not exactly the best name I've ever seen. Why is this Ludroth giving me problems? That's the one question that needs to be asked. I'll do one more Silver Rathalos, by the way, and then I'll move on to something else, because this is, like, not hugely fun to fight the same monster repeatedly. Yeah, I'm just getting some uses up on the Sword and Shield here. My general aim in any Monster Hunter game is to get about 110 uses on all weapon types. So, I'm currently working on the Switch Axe, Charge Blade, and Sword and Shield. I've already reached that with the Longsword. I'm using those weapon types because they're good weapon types for just any sort of armor set. I'm a-okay with using these Switch Axe, Sword and Shield, Charge Blade, and Longsword with armor sets that are not specifically tailored to a weapon type. They just seem to work better for me. Already got a feint. And Traf is about to die. He's got a depth roll going. So if Traf dies, guys, then we know who to get upset at. Which is the person who died, in fact, because he should have been able to evade with his adept. You thought you were going to evade that trap, didn't you? Stupid Rathalos. So last time we got the Rathalos in a trap, it actually worked out really, really well because he was stunned in the trap. That is the best case scenario, especially with a Hyper monster, who I would suggest is not ever going to give you good trap time by way of exhaustion. Just going to try and... that was a good opportunity to get Sword Dance on the go, but I guess not. Need to actually pay attention to... Did I even do a successful round force in the previous hunt? I don't think I did. Obviously because I'm an idiot, but regardless. I was going to shield that, but he's just too fast. He really is just too fast. Uh-oh. I was a bit off target with that shield, but anyway. Oh wow. A flash bomb that's actually on target. Yeah. I don't really know what you're referring to, Epidemic. Because I'm not talking about Valor. I was talking about Adept, that guy doing the Adept rolling, so... But yeah, I don't really use styles, so... I'm just not so interested in them at the moment. Definitely later, just not right now. In terms of when later, probably in a few years. Something like that. Do I want styles to be in the next Monster Hunter games? No. I want them to be a Generations/Generations Ultimate thing. Because it's just not... I don't mind it being in maybe 2 games, but I don't want it to become the norm. But the thing is, it's one of those functionalities that the people who start Monster Hunter with that functionality, if it's taken away from them, they're going to say, oh, you're going backwards, Capcom, you're going backwards. It's just like, no, they're not. It's a stylistic thing. It's not necessarily objective progression in terms of game functionality, at least not in my opinion. But yeah, definitely, the people who started in this game, they're going to be very upset if styles are not in the portable games from this point forward. Alright, let's sharpen. No, I don't have speed sharpening on this set. I'm getting confused with my general use set in 4 Ultimate. Now, YouTube needs to get their act together because I wasn't actually able to select Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate as the game that I was playing on YouTube, so I'm currently live streaming Monster Hunter Generations according to that. So, of course, Twitch doesn't have that problem because they're very games focused. But this game has been out for, 6 months or so by now. And they still do not have it listed in the games options. And this is this is a popular enough game for it to be added to the list of games that you can play on YouTube after 6 months of it being out. I'm sorry. Like, I don't really care if you want to call this a niche. I would prefer to call this a niche, it's just that it's not, because the world players are generally aware of it. But if we want to ignore that, then yeah. Even if it's a niche, I would say it's about time for YouTube to add that to the list of games. Yeah, I know it has. But that's not called Generations Ultimate, that's called Monster Hunter Double Cross. So I suppose I would have to actually mark it as Monster Hunter Double Cross, which is fine, but I'll just have to do that later. Damn it. But yeah, I think the game came out in early to mid 2017 in Japan. I think it was mid 2017, I just can't remember the exact date now. I wasn't really paying so much attention to Monster Hunter when this game came out. I'd sort of given up. You know, this monster bothers me a lot, because the thing is, he has extreme tracking ability when it comes to his fireballs, and his fireball, even though it's on target, like, even if you evade that fireball, it doesn't matter, because you've got the, I guess the cluster effect of his explosions, so. Whatever. I've given up on playing well on camera in this video, I think. I didn't bring a ancient potion, which is fine. But anyway. I'm just doing one hunt in Generations Ultimate this time, and then I'll probably go back to Unite or something. Because I do have more fun in that game, just generally. Which might mean that I have some sort of mental problem, but I don't really care. The patience required. Die. Alrighty. So well done, steak. Do I have a spit? No, I don't. That's alright. I guess it will be faster to go to the left rather than to the right. Freedom Unite is for masochists? Absolutely not. I would strongly disagree with that. First Generation is for masochists. Freedom Unite is when the Monster Hunter series became a little bit more playable. In fact, a lot more playable, to be honest. And it's actually a pretty smooth game, generally speaking. It's only the people who didn't start in that era of Monster Hunter that can't deal with it, but really it's not. It's not a difficult game to play at all. But First Generation, on the other hand, is for masochists, absolutely, because every single area of that game is going to punish you. So I do love Unite. There are certain things I don't love about it, but for the most part it's alright. We've actually done pretty well in terms of damage output from what I can tell. Of course, all these people using the, what do you call them? Atal-Kar weapons. Which I never did because everyone else was doing it and I thought, well, that's the easy way out, so I'm going to not do that. Some people do say that these are the best raw weapons in the game, but I'm sure that there are better raw weapons. I think that's just the easy way out, to be honest. Like, just even in terms of selecting a raw weapon to use, I would say that there are better ones out there for sure. So, I think they have a lot of purple, is that right? I think it's mainly a sharpness thing that makes people use them, but purple is less effective in this game, so I wouldn't say that that's worthwhile. They really nerfed purple, which is probably a good thing. I think purple was a bit too strong in the other games. It made it so that really purple was all you needed to do a lot of damage. They wanted to capture. Well, sad times. I was going to crouch carve and then I remembered, no, I don't need to do that anymore. Anyway. I'm going to stream for about an hour and a half today. You started on Freedom Unite? Now what the hell's wrong with you? It's not for masochists. When was the last time you picked it up and played it? Just out of interest. I try to play it as often as I can. I'll either play it next time or the time after. Maybe I'll do Portable Third next, I'm not sure. In terms of when I'm going to record World for this series, I had a very, very short-lived, let's return to World and play that. what's the word, phase, and it, yeah, it lasted a lot less time than I was expecting. Because, you know, for 3 days or so, I was like, yeah, I'm having fun. And then I stopped playing it to, I think, record for this live stream series. And I went, huh, I don't want to go back. So, yeah, I'm still in the process now of not wanting to go back, so we'll see. Almost no sharpness? And that sounds like a deal breaker to me. I thought it had a lot of purple, though. 330 damage is pretty decent, though. So you're talking about how the last time you played Freedom Unite was when they ported it to iOS, and I would absolutely agree with you as far as that being a mistake. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. I mean, why would they cash in on Unite of all games? Like, why? This is bizarre. Obviously, it's easy for phones to run, I guess, but come on. As far as I know, they didn't remaster it in any way. I think on a graphical level, they made it look kind of cool with the heads-up display and stuff, but yeah, it was weird. I certainly wasn't going to touch that shit. I mean, who wants to... Okay, to start with, if you're going to compare comfort, the PSP was not a comfortable system to play Monster Hunter on. I mean, I will agree with that. I use the claw very naturally, but I can't say that it's comfortable. But I would much rather do that than play on a phone. I mean, who the hell wants to play a Monster Hunter game on a phone? A lot of people, actually, when I go onto Huntsdiverse and see that all of these people are emulating Freedom Unite and Portable Third on their phones, which makes me sick. But these people do it out of necessity. They actually don't have computers, they only have phones, because, you know, Southeast Asia. But, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Thunderlord. Thunderlord what? Is it... What's his name? Oh, the guy from the Fatal 4. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Or is it Fated 4? That's what it is. I always say Fatal 4 instead of Fated 4. I don't know why. I don't even care. It sounds very... Okay, well, let's go do this. It's Zinogre. I didn't even know he had a deviant. I was going to say Thunderlord Zinogre. That sounded natural to me, but then I thought, wait, does he even have a deviant? Apparently he does. Taco. Oh, sorry, Taco. I thought you... Well, don't disconnect. Reconnect to a new hub. I know nothing about deviants because they're locked behind an utterly horrendous system. I love the fights themselves, but the system of leveling up the quests is just... I mean, whoever came up with that needs to be shot in a back alley. Seriously. Absolutely unacceptable. Yeah, that's right. Bolt Reaver Astalos. I fought him and he is actually really fun. I enjoyed that fight. The guy from the Fatal 4. Oh dear. Zinogre enthusiasm. I'm down for a Zinogre. I fought enough of him in Portable Third, but whatever. Because the thing is, in Portable Third, he is the key thunder monster in that game. I think he's the only thunder monster, if I can think about it, because Laggy wasn't in that game. Because no underwater, and they didn't think of Ivory yet. They saved that until 3 Ultimate, so... sad times. And the reason why I say they didn't think of Ivory yet was because he never was underwater. You could technically get Ivory underwater towards the end of the fight when he would be limping away into Area 11, but he was mostly a land Laggy, so that was cool. So we'll use Ice. I'm going to keep using Sword and Shield, which will be good. All of the weapons that I'm using right now are the weapons that I deem to be the best in that weapon type for that particular element, because a while ago I did make a list of weapons that I wanted to get in this game after observing all of the different weapons that I could possibly make, and yeah, I actually started on the path to getting those weapons upgraded in Generations, so yeah, that was the only reason why I returned to Generations before the game came out, so that I could get myself set up in that regard, but I didn't play it for very long. Like, I hadn't played the game more or less since the first week it had come out. But then I picked it up pretty much immediately when this game was announced to be coming, because it was confirmed that there would be save transfer. Then I played the game for maybe a week, if even that, no. Maybe for 3 days I think I played it during the span of a week, and I couldn't play it anymore. Not necessarily because it's a bad game innately, but more because it's on the fucking 3DS. Anyway, so Hyper Zinogre. Sounds like fun. Yeah, I haven't fought the strongest possible Bolt Reaver. I guess EX is like the really strong guy. The endgame G rank one. Once again, I know nothing. Stop it. See, I couldn't eat, because I was stuck in the fucking animation there of eating. It was like the post animation of the animation. I couldn't turn around and shield that attack. It was a bit annoying. Can you... Just giving me water blight. Thanks, Ludroth. Seriously. Maybe Hyper fully charges in one go. No, he doesn't. So pretty much when Hyper is not charged, he's pretty much a normal Zinogre that does a little bit more damage. Alright, let's flinch him out of this, guys. Come on. Maybe not. Just going to top up my health a little bit here. No, stop. Because when he sets up for that tail slam, it's very clear when he's after you. And he was definitely after me there. He'll two-shot everyone. Sounds about right. I'll definitely be gunning for that fight when I next do it, because the first fight that I did against him was bow gunning, and I didn't have any problems at all. I barely got hit, so definitely gunning is the way to go with that guy. It was a really fun fight. I didn't actually want to sword dance, because as you can see, that was not an opportunity to do that. I actually wanted to round force, but for some reason I keep doing ZL plus X instead of A for round force, so I don't know, maybe that's what I usually have it set to, and so muscle memory is telling me the wrong thing. But anyway. But yeah, don't misunderstand when I say that that playing this game is not a high priority. I do think this is a pretty good Monster Hunter game. I don't have much negative to say about it, to be honest with you. It's on a stationary console. It's got a lot of content. It doesn't have silly things like Apex monsters or guild quests, which I didn't like. To say that I didn't like guild quests is probably not accurate. I just didn't like the guild quest endgame of 4 Ultimate. But just generally speaking, I would say that this game, like, I have less to complain about in regards to this game compared to 4 Ultimate. But most people who played 4 Ultimate would say that 4 Ultimate is better. Probably because they didn't have a problem with guild quest endgame like I did, or they weren't really high endgame like I was. Well, I shouldn't say really high endgame. I was only like Hunter rank 450 something. But, yeah. Which was a super easy Hunter rank to get to when you were doing level 140 guild quests. Like, to be honest, I barely played that game, and I got to that Hunter rank without much effort because of level 140s, so. I haven't been attacking the monsters because I'm used to 4 Ultimate mounting, because I've been playing that game somewhat recently, but there we go, I'll get a big charge shot off on the face there, and I'll sword dance. Come on! I got flinched by someone, unfortunately. I think I got the entire combo on his face, which is pretty good. I'm down for that. Work that combo into a round force. I'll double check YouTube in a minute to see if anyone's been talking to me there, because I don't want to ignore you guys on YouTube, if you do end up talking to me there. That's gonna charge me in a second, hold on. Oh no, he didn't actually do the charge after that. Can you not? I'm trying to dive, but it just... I keep getting stuck in my own animations here. It's a little unfortunate. Now, the yellow SP confused me for the longest time, because I was always like, why do I have speed eating? It would always confuse me why I had speed eating. And then my friend Sam taught me how SP works and mentioned yellow SP, and I was like, oh. And to be honest, I still don't know what the hell SP is. Like, how is it that I have yellow SP? I don't know. And that's just further evidence of the fact that I really haven't been paying attention to this generation of Monster Hunter. This is the latter 4th, we'll call it. So the later area, or the later half of 4, the latter half of 4th generation is not something I've paid attention to. Mainly because of Generations being a game that I played for the first week of it coming out, pretty much completed all of the content, and, well, all of the offline content, and broke my Hunter rank cap within the first 5 days or so of the game being out, and then I didn't play it ever again, and basically forgot everything about it. I need to rediscover it in this game, essentially. So that's probably one of the reasons why I just don't know much about this latter portion of the Monster Hunter generation. And I mean, like, the generation is in 4th gen, not Monster Hunter Generations. Still need to do more in 4U. It's a good game to play. Even though I would say that this game technically bothers me less, I would say that 4 Ultimate is still a plenty worthy Monster Hunter to put time into, because it's got a good collection of monsters to fight. No stupid deviant system, although it does have Apex. And yeah. Monsters like, I guess Gogmazios, if you wanted to fight him. I don't know, I mean, is Gogmazios even worth fighting? Not really. He's alright. We've actually got a pretty decent team here, all things considered. We're killing these deviants within about 7 minutes, so decent team. Not deviants, sorry, hyper monsters. The amount of whining I have read online about hyper monsters is immense, and I will never understand it. Hyper monsters are not a problem. Even though I was dying like an idiot during that Silver Rathalos fight. I mean, Silver Rathalos is probably the exception, because the Silver and Gold subspecies are already considered to be endgame subspecies in that they deal a decent amount of damage and their attack patterns are quite difficult to avoid. So therefore, if you have a hyper version of that, it's going to be even harder. And then there was also the fact that I was playing like a fucking idiot in that hunt anyway. But having said all of that, hyper monsters are really good. I find them to be the most balanced. It's better, I mean, not necessarily the most balanced, because they are almost unbalanced in how highly buffed they are, but I just find them to be the better, stronger version of the monster, if you're going to have such a thing. I got a... That's not a Sky Emerald. It's... What is that? I forgot what it's called. It's... I forgot the name of it. It's... Okay. Ocean Pyroxene. I still don't really know what the hell that's used for. I don't believe that I've ever... That fucking dog outside. I don't believe I've ever had a weapon that needed ocean. Actually, I think I did need one. I don't know. Anyway. An SP Hunter art. Okay. Guild plus SP as you can place traps each sharpen faster. Ah, so the actual... Okay, so what you can do with the SP changes based on the style. Or sorry, the Hunter art. Which is interesting. I didn't know that at all. But that's cool. I'll take some speed sharpen plus speed setup. Plus speed eating. Basically a combined skill. That's pretty cool. I'm down with that. Alright, nice. We're doing a different hunt, so I don't need to change rooms. I'll be sticking with the sword and shield in this video, just so that I can get more uses up. I do want to get, to be honest, I want to get the charge blade uses up to 110 as soon as possible, because actually I can get it to 107 in this game. It's the same as 3 Ultimate. Because once you get to 107, that becomes flat. Is the longsword exactly flat with the greatsword? I think it is. Anyway, so yeah, that looks about right to me. But I really want to get the charge blade up to 107 as soon as possible, because I just... The weapon's okay, it's just not my favourite weapon type generally, so... Anyway. The gold Rathian sword and shield in this game is really dull looking. Look at it. It's almost like... It's like it's got more silver in it than usual. But it's nowhere near as awful as what it looks like in Freedom Unite. Seriously, it looked like dog shit in Freedom Unite. It was black, like you couldn't even see anything. It would glow when you unsheathed it in a quest, but outside of a quest, like in a room, it would just be this blanked out thing. It was terrible. It actually looked like dog shit. When I first saw it in Freedom Unite, no, sorry, when I first saw it in Portable Third, after having seen it in Freedom Unite, I was like, whew, that looks really cool. And then it looked great in, what's it called? 3 Ultimate as well. Striker plus SP will charge Hunter Arts automatically. That sounds pretty good for my Pierce set. Because my heavy Pierce set, it was attempting to mimic the heavy Pierce set that I had in 4 Ultimate. But the problem was that I had recoil down +2 in 4 Ultimate, but I don't have it in this game. So I've been making up for that with the Hunter art, which takes away my recoil pretty much. So if I could get Striker with that, and get somewhat consistent SP, yellow SP I guess, that would pretty much completely mitigate any problem that I had with recoil with that gun, so that would be pretty cool. So maybe I'll go Striker heavy bowgun for that Pierce set, or at least give it a try. Barioth, he starts down here. It's pretty cool that you can fight Barioth in this game. This is one thing that I love about this game. You have a lot of, pretty much almost every monster from the Monster Hunter series is in this game. Any of the main monsters are in this game. There is a part of me that would like, oh god, that was right on his face. There's a part of me that would like to have subspecies as well, but I understand that deviants are supposed to be the... How did that shield not succeed? I don't understand. Anyway. I don't know what just happened there. It looked as if Jojo threw something at me and it did something good, I guess. Anyway. So, Hyper Barioth from memory is not to be fucked with. Like, he really hurts. For some reason, and I'm shielding, maybe the hitbox of that attack is so fucked up that it manages to go around my shield in some way. It's really terrible. It's bothering me a bit. Oh yeah, I said that I would check YouTube and then I didn't. I'm sorry. There's no one talking, so that's good. It's not necessarily a good thing that no one's talking, it's just that... Hold on, I need to move this a bit. I don't want to be too much in the corner, you know. But yeah, really. I like that guy's White Fatalis Greatsword. I love the design for it. In Unite, I use the Black Fatalis Greatsword though. Ooh. That's really interesting how Barioth does that on command. Normally he would have to get into the air to do that spinning business, but oh, I can't go into a charge shot after that, or charge attack after that. The only thing that I like about alchemy is the fact that you can shake the barrel around. I find that to be very funny. Just being able to shake a barrel around whenever you want to. I like it. Round acorn, what the fuck? What even... Why? I'm sure there's a reason. Oh, that was funny. So Bridget was flinching me. And then after having Bridget flinch me, I launched her. So that was kind of funny. Hold on. Need to shield that. Nope. Sword dance whenever I can. That would have been a good opportunity for a sword dance, but I'm not sure if I actually had it fully charged at that time. Missed the final strike there. I would guess the final stabbing strike of sword dance is the best strike of them all. Just logically speaking, it would make sense. Yeah, shaking the barrel is awesome. Someone's got a heal shout which says, "Thanks, Doc." That feeling when you've got a joke from the 30s as your as your shout. Some things just don't age, you know. It's good. Or maybe it was technically the late 20s. 1927, 1928 or something like that. Can't remember what date the first Bugs Bunny was. Could have been very early 30s or late 20s, I can't remember. But I have a feeling it was the 30s. Someone will search that, probably, and let me know. If they care enough, that is. So yeah, I don't mind being in white sharpness here, because as I mentioned before, purple sharpness is nowhere near as good in this game as compared to the previous games, which is not something that I'm so much opposed to. Kind of want to cut that tail. You feel 30s? It probably is. Although I think the first Looney Tunes was late 20s. because and I can't remember what the very first Looney Tunes was. I don't think it was Bugs Bunny, although I can't remember who it was. Or maybe it was Bugs. I just don't remember. There would have, of course, been pilot episodes. I say pilot episode because that's not what they would have been called back then. But there would have been sort of test reels, like test films done, which probably date back to the 20s, that were mostly silent. But, yeah. Regardless. I haven't watched, you know, the funny thing is, I grew up on the really old stuff. Like the good old shit, you know. Like original Popeye, 30s Popeye. Love that shit. And, yeah, that was my childhood, basically. I didn't grow up, you know, some people grew up with the cartoons of their time. I grew up with the cartoons that the kids of the 30s fucking grew up with, so... What does that mean? I don't know. Maybe I've been given a different, set of mental faculties to handle life with after that, but... I didn't watch all of the old cartoons, just a few of them. Probably the most recent, this is going to sound weird, the most recent cartoons that I grew up with were like Wacky Racers, which I think was early 80s, late 70s. The likes of Wacky Racers, Batfink, things like that. That was probably the more recent stuff that I watched. Although I did actually watch stuff like Transformers on the TV and stuff like that, but... and I remember in the early 2000s I used to, I don't know if any of you watched the Magic School Bus, but that was the good shit. I used to record that on some blank tapes. Like every 6 o'clock in the morning, most mornings, I would get up early and record the Magic School Bus on my blank tapes. And I don't know if I still have them today, maybe I do. But I have a collection of tapes with Magic School Bus recorded on them. Because that show was that show was great. In fact, you American people would know what that is, because it's an American show now that I remember. But seriously, like, if you want to raise your kid on something, get the Magic School Bus, because that was fucking... I just knew more than everyone. Like, as a kid growing up, I knew more than everyone. So, yeah. Tom and Jerry, that's great. I never watched Tom and Jerry, but that's probably a pretty good thing to grow up on, when you consider what's out there. So, I don't remember what era Tom and Jerry is though. Is that 50s? I don't remember. But yeah, once again, I never watched it. Oh, look out. That is this a capture? Maybe. Yep. There we go. I'm down for a capture. Speeds up the hunt a little bit. You excelled at science because you watched Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry. By that logic, I should have excelled at it, but I'm more of a right-brained person rather than a left-brained person, so it didn't work with me so well. I don't mind science so much. It's just the mathematical aspects to it I'm not hugely a fan of, but when I look at how things work on a scientific level, I find it to be very interesting. I'd be able to, you know, sit in on a lecture about scientific stuff for a long time. Like, I find that stuff to be entertaining. But as soon as they want me to actually get scientific results by way of mathematical formulas, at that point I'm going, can you fuck off? I don't want to do that. So... Oh, you mean the Magic School Bus? Yeah, seriously, like... I mean, what other kid in 2nd grade knows what water erosion is? Like, fucking no one, alright? Like, I was learning just absolutely, like, seriously. If you have a kid, anyone who has a kid, get the fucking Magic School Bus now. Because it's entertaining as a kid to watch, and you learn stuff. You really learn stuff, and it's amazing. Just, I can't, but like, you know, things like learning how planets are formed through gas being compressed over many, many millions of years. Like, things like this, I mean, kids don't learn that stuff. It just doesn't happen. It blows my mind when I look back on like what I was learning at such a young age, and it really is. You get a massive boost ahead of everyone else when you grow up with that stuff. I don't need the alphabet in my goddamn numbers. That's the reason I hated math. Oh, that's funny. Although I do hate equations and formulas and stuff. Mainly formulas because, you know, what's going on with the letters, man? You would think, I mean, even though I'm a right-brained person, I'm not happy with the letters in my formulas either. Get out of there. Brutal Brachydios, I'm down for that. I'm guessing water? What am I doing? Will I continue with Sword and Shield? I suppose I will. It's just the only thing that would stop me is that I've used this weapon before, and let's change to Charge Blade, just so that you guys remain entertained. Although, I don't have a water Charge Blade yet. That's annoying. Alright, Switch Axe. I don't have a water Switch Axe. That's right. I don't have any water weapons except for that Sword and Shield, so I have to use it. Oh well. Oh wait, is this raging? Hold on. No. I'm going gun, thank you. There is no way on planet Earth I'll be going, I'm quite familiar with Raging Bracky because he is a 4 ultimate monster. Even though I'm clueless about this game, at least I know about this guy. We're changing to gun because fuck that. You can see that this is a pretty good set in terms of skills. It's just that this particular gun, even though it's a fucking solid, what do you call it, pierce gun? It's just, it needs some recoil down. And I can still make use of it. It's still perfectly usable. It's just that it could have more DPS overall. So anyway. I don't know if these other people are down for this quest, but I am. So, we're going to go with it. Rufy's using is it called the Daora Delphinidae? Is that what it's called? You fucking dog. Anyway. What is the name of this room? Maybe it's contrary to what he just posted, and that's why that guy left. I'll have to check it in a minute. I think Moxie is absolutely necessary here. But yeah, because of his body parts exploding, I just refuse to go melee with this guy. It's just not happening. Did you just buy whetstones for a gunner set? Yes. No turns. Oh god. Well, I couldn't really give a shit, mate. That's funny. I don't know if you... Yeah, you guys can't read it, unfortunately, because I'm in the way. But basically, Jojo asked no turns, and then Zekra just answers with a question mark. That's perfect. That's really, really funny. So, long story short, Jojo, no, there are no turns. I thought that it was the Zinogre heavy bowgun epidemic. But I guess the Daora heavy bowgun is pretty good as well. But I don't pay attention to the meta. I've got no idea what the meta is in this game. I know what it is in some of the other games, but fuck if I know what the meta is these days. I don't care about it. I'm just down to have fun. But this is a very good rum. I prefer to drink rum in a crystal tumbler. Probably due to the romanticism of the old mariners, you know. I mean, this is going to sound retarded, but I picture, you know, you're in the back of your old wooden sailing ship in your quarters, and you've got like a glass cabinet with all of these crystal glasses, and you pull out your crystal tumbler and fill it with rum and things like that. You know, I'm very romantic in that way, so that's why I drink rum out of a tumbler, as opposed to say port out of this glass. This just happens to be sitting on my desk, so that's what I drink port out of. But that is a Waterford crystal port glass, which is very expensive, by the way. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get more people here. Let's have a look at the hub settings. Oh, it is turns. Shit. So, that's actually really rude. The fact that this guy's not doing turns and it actually says turns in the room name. Holy fuck. Oh, God. Anyway. I really want to pour out that Abalur. Fuck that thing. I'm sorry, Zekra. I'm going to have to bail on you. I just don't want to wait for too long for these other people to come. And then also for them to just realise that you're not doing turns anyway. Obviously what happened was he joined the room into the slot that the first person... So let's say, for instance, the room was originally hosted by the guy in the first slot. The guy in the first slot leaves, gives the host to another person. Someone joins the first slot. Everyone left except the guy who joined the first slot, then he got the host again. But the room information was never changed. So, oh, Akantor. I'm definitely down for some Akantor. Absolutely down for that. I would like to be spending the time that I'm using playing this game right now to build my character more, but I prefer to just play the game generally. So, you know, just doing random hunts and all of that. It's the live version of random hunts after all. I wasn't going to call this Doomlink's live random hunts because that's too much of a long-winded title. You can't kanji. I'm trying to read what this guy's saying. Oof, I can't read kanji. Well, most of the people in the world would be able to say that. Go. It's annoying because you guys can't actually read what these guys are saying. So it's a little bit confusing when I'm responding to what they're saying and you can't see any of it. Bunker mode. I had to work out what the fuck you were talking about and then I realized you meant crouch fire. Bunker mode. I've never heard anyone call it bunker mode. That's funny. Because I was thinking, what the hell? And then I compared it to heavy bowgun and I thought, well, the only thing it could be referring to is crouch fire, so... I'm going to go... actually, we'll go Pierce for this fight. Why not? Let's just do that. What's my heavy bowgun uses looking like? I think it's light bowgun that I need to use, not heavy bowgun. I already have enough uses of heavy bowgun. Is that right? Yes, that is absolutely correct. But I'll use heavy bowgun just for the sake of it. Oh. Is that right? It's called bunker mode if you're using Valor. The fuck? Oh, is that just the crouch fire that has it so that you're shooting for more damage each time that you shoot? Or is it faster? Yeah, shoot faster. So that's specifically called bunker mode. Alright. Wonder what it was called back in Double Cross. Bunker mode! I entertain myself. Very well, in fact. So I've been recording for about, well, a little bit over an hour. About an hour and 4 minutes so far. I'll be recording for another 25 minutes or so. I don't know if I guess we're waiting for a fourth person. I would communicate to these guys, but I'm lazy. And my keyboard's plugged in my... Not my keyboard. Not, I was going to make a tennis joke. Which wouldn't have been funny. But, it'd be wiser to wait. I would agree with that. People just don't like to wait, generally. But, I had one guy that I was playing with in this game, and he was absolutely not interested in waiting for a full team. He just refused. And I think it was 3 times in the same space, well, during the same hunting session with this guy, I think 3 times, we had left on a quest, and immediately after getting in the quest, someone would join. And I would chastise this guy until the end of time. And, I think... I went AFK, right? This guy is a freak. I went AFK, we did have a group of 4 at this time. I went AFK for like 3 minutes. and the guy left without me on the quest, and, you know, he was an idiot. Bunker mode is broken and doesn't let team members play the game. Does it flinch them? Or does it complete the quest too fast? This guy is Hunter rank 722. Hey, Moonlight, by the way, play a different Monster Hunter game. No, it's alright. I'm sure there are plenty of people who are legitimately Hunter rank 999 at this point in the game's lifespan. There are definitely people out there who played this game hard enough. They're talking about, is he saying Akantor was worse in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate? Wolf says Akantor was worse in Monster Hunter 4. I find Akantor in Freedom Unite to be the worst because of his stupid snow blight with his tail. Of course, Akantor was the big final boss for Unite. He was the final quest that you would do in G rank. Not including the Fatalis monsters, of course. Okay, so you do mean that it does actually kill the monster too fast. No, I would guess that to be true. Ugh. Wasn't Valor Heavy Bowgun the style that would allow me to charge Hunter Arts with SP? Maybe I'll use Valor Heavy Bowgun. I've never tried bunker mode though. It sounds fun. And if it kills everything too fast, then tough titties, I guess. Whoa. My connection to this host is utter balls. Actually, no. What ended up happening was me and one other guy collected that weapon. Not weapon. I said weapon because I was about to mention this guy's Bloodbath Diablo's fucking weapon. And I don't remember the name of... oh, hoo-hoo, am I lucky. I did not check to see if I even had ammunition. And I do have ammunition, so I'm very lucky that I even have anything to shoot. Anyway, what I meant was, what I was going to say before, it's long past, but I'm going to explain what happened anyway. I collected a first aid med at the exact same time another guy did, and it caused us both to freeze for a moment in the box, and so, yeah, that's a thing. Anyway, do I usually crouch fire PS3 with this set? I guess so. Oh, I'm thinking of Striker, whatever. No, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Oh, he's not actually charging me, he's just sort of lumbering towards me. That's fine. So I'm just getting gunpowder infusion up. What I should have done is used PS level 1 for that, actually. So what I'll do is I'll change to PS1, because this does not really have much recoil at all. There we go, we've got gunpowder infusion. Let's go and do that. So at this point... Oh, no, I'm being stupid. Guns blazing is what I need. Not gunpowder infusion. If I could wake up and actually see what I'm doing, that would be great. What I thought I was doing was getting guns blazing, which of course takes away my recoil and stuff like that. What the hell? Did I get upswung by someone? It was Wolf with his greatsword. Hey, nice charging with your raw greatsword, guy. Anyway. Once I get guns blazing, I'll pull out PS level 3. I should have enough ammo for this fight, hopefully. What you should do is reload, then animation cancel with gunpowder infusion. That's the best way to do it. There's no real reason not to use gunpowder infusion. It just gives you more damage generally with the weapon. So let's look out for that. Would rather not get hit with his wind attack, which does look really weird in this game, by the way. Compared to all the other games, that is. I do like an occasional Akantor, just not too many Akantors. I do get bored of him after a while. Oh god. You could see that he really did change his course there. He wasn't going to hit me initially, but then... oh, do I have Quick Sheath on this set? Shit. Let's have a look. Yeah, I do have Quick Sheath. That's pretty cool. I like this set. Except for the fact that it doesn't have recoil down. Which, I mean, I might remake the set later on and get that happening, but for now, we'll just stick with this. It's fine with Pierce level 1, but, yeah. You know what? I think that's true, Epidemic. The defense down does make Akantor harder than Ukanlos generally. So, I would agree with that, actually. That is a good assessment. Ukanlos is not too difficult to deal with. Like, he's pretty normal for me. Alright, let's get Pierce level 3 happening. I don't know how I've already shot... oh, never mind. I was looking at the 51 and thinking that I had 100 shots in total for Pierce level 3, and then I realised that, hold on, it's Pierce level 3, not normal. So, yeah. Alright, let's Guns Blazing to reload cancel. Alrighty. I love how you just sort of shoot that above you. Can you not, like, run away from me right when I get Guns Blazing, you asshole? Alright, let's go. This is the damage. What we're doing right here is dealing damage out the arse, by the way. Absolutely out the arse. And he is getting knocked down as a result of that. I'm not going to Gunpowder Infusion, at least not until I reload next. There we go. So the aim is to shoot as much Pierce level 3 as possible while we have Guns Blazing in effect. And we will of course move over into Pierce level 2 once we run out of Pierce level 3. Ideally, we will shoot all of our Pierce level 3 while in our first round of Guns Blazing. If the hunt is going well, we shouldn't get 2 Guns Blazing. The monster should be dead by that point. But anyway. Whew, this damage output is yummy, yummy. Yummy, yummy. I don't think we'll be able to shoot off much Pierce level 2 with what we'll have left with Guns Blazing here. But just the damage output that I've got, that I have dealt at this point, is really impressive. So that on its own is going to account for a lot less time spent in this hunt. Because this fucking Akantor is going to be dead very soon. Oh, I'm back to normal recoil. And as you can see, it's a little bit shit. So, yeah. Whatever. It's the best I can do. Oh, I'm crouch carving. Look out, guys. I'm better than everyone else because I'm crouch carving. I do crouch carve in all of the other games, but the point is that it's not necessary in Generations, Generations Ultimate, and World. Because you can just hold to carve. And it ends up being faster. We'll just shoot the rest of our Pierce level 2, that's fine. I don't mind having lower recoil. I mean, I do mind, actually. But I'll put up with it, basically. No, Gunpowder Infusion. He's going to blast us, so I need to get ready to dive out of the way of this. I believe even at this distance he will be able to hit me with that shit, so... Let's get ready to dive. Oh, he got knocked down during that. It's probably the first time in a while I've seen that. Anyway. The Ice Blight isn't too bad. Look, that dig move is pretty easy to avoid. I don't have a problem with that dig. The only problem you can have with the dig is when he digs and then he appears like right on top of you, when you're stuck doing something else. But that's pretty rare, for me at least. So I would agree generally that if you had to assign difficulty to one of them, it would be Akantor, but I find them both to be fairly easy to deal with. Because that's the thing in the end, they hit like a truck. Both of them hit like trucks. And obviously, if you get defense down with Akantor being a truck, you will get smacked around really hard by him if you allow yourself to get hit. If you're ranged, you shouldn't have a problem with either of them, but yeah, because he had his tail cut, I wasn't really worried about getting hit there, but it was close. So I could have... It would have been alright had I evaded that, just to be sure, but... That is off target. We should be able to get under 10 minutes with this hunt. Oh, look out. Gunpowder infusion again, and my stupidity not reload cancelling, but whatever. This set is both visually and effectively quite different to that of the set that I use in 4 Ultimate, because, of course, Repeat Offender does not exist in 4 Ultimate. So... you prefer the Akantor armor. It's better in terms of skills when you're looking at mixed armor sets, for sure. But visually speaking, I would completely disagree. And I'm assuming you're talking about skills, because no one would actually think that the Akantor set looks better visually than the Akantor set. At least I don't believe so. If that is what you're saying, then fair enough. I guess everyone has their preferences, but I will assume that you mean armor skills. Got a bit of background noise, so I hope you can forgive that. It will hopefully pass fairly soon. God, no, it looks horrible, exactly. It really does look bad. It's one of the more unattractive sets in the game. I've got... that's extremely annoying, that background noise. It's funny because I haven't had this background noise since I was last recording this game. Fuck me dead up the arse. Don't worry, guys, it's just a... Ooh, I was worried about that getting on target. So, anyway. The temptation to just mute myself is very fucking strong right now, but anyway. It'll pass in a moment. Or fucking not. Alright, the background noise has stopped, and holy shit, I evaded that. That was crazy. As soon as he did that, I was like, oh god. And then, somehow, by some miracle, I evaded through that, so that was crazy. We ended up hitting the 10-minute mark, but that's alright. Yeah, that was crazy. I'm not even going to remotely say that that was skill-based. That was fucking luck. Because he was, you know, he was just blasting all over the place, and I was trying to get out of the way of it, not trying to roll through it, so it was purely luck. Of course, keeping in mind, no evasion skills on, except for Evade Extender, which is not iframes. So, that worked out really well. I'll probably do one more hunt and then call it a stream, most likely. I've already carved the tail. They're pinging for the tail. Of course, this game is pretty cool in that it makes Akantor's weapons actually viable with that negative crit skill and also the sharpness skill. What is it called again? It's not bludgeoner, is it? Maybe it is. I can't remember. But anyway, Akantor's weapons are actually pretty good in this game. Excuse me. Same with Akantor's weapons. We got a Conquest Sphere. That's not specifically for Akantor, is it? Maybe it is, because there's nothing in the description that says anything about Akantor, and Conquest Sphere sounds really generic. Because Conquest, like, it could just be for completing a quest. It probably is for Akantor specifically, but it's weird. I don't believe that's what it was called in 4 Ultimate. But anyway. Because, of course, 4 Ultimate was the first game to actually have a G-Rank Akantor. There was no official G-Rank Akantor in Unite, because there was an event quest, but he would give high-rank Akantor pieces. And, of course, Portable Third was a high-rank game. So for 3rd Gen, the only game that had Akantor was Portable Third, which was a high-rank game. So the first game to actually have a G-Rank Akantor, like a properly G-Rank one, was for Ultimate, so. Oh. You know American Sign Language, okay. Well, thing is, while that's fine, you're probably used to silence in that sense, there's nothing that I would really be able to do that would be communicating in sign language, so. But I guess what that means generally is that you're used to communication through facial expression and things like that, so that makes sense. Zuluo wants to do another Akantor, so we'll just leave the room and do something else. But yeah, sign language is interesting. I didn't even know that there was a specific American sign language, which is kind of confusing. It would be great if there was just one specific sign language that was specific to, well, not specific, as in unspecific, something that was universal. Misato, best waifu. Okay. Don't know who the hell a Misato even is. Sounds like a kind of older generation Japanese name. Elder Dragon Gem. Let's go for it. I think it's safe. So that's interesting. There's actually different sign language for those different languages, which I guess makes sense, but once again, I think, you know, you have an opportunity to have a universal language. And I think it's a shame that there isn't one, but like a universal sign language. I think the last thing that people who can't hear, the last thing they need is to have to learn multiple sign languages. But anyway, that's just how I look at it. But you know what, they probably do learn multiple, so. Maybe they're not so different from each other. But I have no idea how that works. What's that person's name? Grizzly. So Grizzly has a rainbow fucking bath towel transmog going on there. Pursued by Teostra, stop. Awaiting rescue behind Big Rock, stop. Holding breath, stop. I'm trying to remember the name of that. It's not a telegraph, is it? Is it? It is a telegraph. Not hot drink, stop. But needless to say, telegraphs were a bit before my generation. A bit before. Oh, it was spawned from Telegram, there you go, thank you. Telegraph. It had been a while since I even thought of Telegram, so I just couldn't remember the word. So what are we hunting again? Teostra, where does he start? Maybe the bottom area. Oh, never mind, I can see them in combat over this way. It's weird that Teostra would choose to start in an area that's not super hot. But whatever. Telegrams. I suppose the modern day fax. No, sorry. The fax is the modern day version of the telegram. Grizzly! Come on. Linaoni. Linaoni? How the fuck am I even supposed to say your name? What is that? Linaoni? You know, sometimes, and I've mentioned this before, but like, I will find people online who have these names where I'm just like, why would you have that name? It's so bad. Like, you can say, oh, Lord Zor's a crappy name. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you ever say to someone that their name is crap, they can say, oh, well, what about your name? Like, as in your name in quotes. Like, they can just, anyone's name can be made fun of in response to someone shit-talking a person's name. But, like, what's Linauni? What's Lujaka? Like, what is that? Anyway. What's going on? We've only just started. This is a regular Teostra. This is not like a really strong Teostra. Normal Teostra. What's going on, guys? We're like 2 minutes into the hunt and we've already had 2 deaths. Oh, why don't I have sword dance? What's going on? Oh, I see. I didn't reapply my hunter arts, which is a thing that really bothers me about this game. I wish that it would just give you the last hunter arts that you had for the weapon type. Like, why can't they just do that? It's not hard. Oh, I've got an itchy eye. No, I don't really need, like, a full history on ASL. No! Come on. After I just shit talked those guys for dying, I fucking died as well. Come on. Yes, I can make excuses like I was distracted by the chat, which I was, but come on, like, I won't take that as an excuse. Sorry for bumping the mic. That's really fucking annoying. I'm happy to do another round, even though we're getting... Well, we're 4 minutes away from the 1 hour and 30 minute mark that I wanted to stop at. But I can do another hunt if we start again now. Grizzly had a big fucking tantrum and left. So, we'll see how things go. Yeah, that was absolutely terrible. Ugh. Stunned and distracted by chat, but still, like... After shit-talking other people for dying, I shouldn't have allowed myself to die, so... My bad, basically. Linauni is so upset that she just can't even finish the hunt. She's just stuck in the reward screen. Well, reward screen. Point allocation screen, I guess. If you can even get points for that. You know what? Because this cunt is taking a while to get back, we're going to go search hubs. We're going to get into a quick hunt. We're not going to do a Teostra. Something quick. Not Deviants. DLC clothing. EX Bloodbath. No! I was saying quick hunt and I see EX Bloodbath. How about no? Clear? Clear what? Linauni. Well, that would make sense if it were not one word. If it's one word, it should be Linauni. Linauni or something stupid like that. Anyway. FYI, rain with this spelling is super unoriginal. I've known like 4 people in my life online with the name Rain spelled like that. It's nice, like I don't have a problem with the name actually. It's just unfortunate that a lot of people have that name. Even you would know someone. I bet everyone watching right now has known one person with the name Rain spelled like that. That name goes back pretty far. To the earliest point of the internet, in fact. People have had that name for a long time. Well, may as well take your guild card. Can we just start a hunt like as soon as possible, please? Rainer. I'm neutral to Rainer. It's alright, but it's not particularly great either. I suppose for originality's sake it's better, but I love this person. Play Now 616. This person is pretty much the epitome of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate's community. And I suppose maybe this community as well. It's not so bad as 4 Ultimate, but 4 Ultimate, if you ever played 4 Ultimate online for any length of time, every single person in that game should have been a variation to the name Play Now. So you would have Play Now 7110, Play Now 24, Play 1616, sorry, Play Now 616, You know, because everyone wanted to play immediately. They didn't want to wait for anyone to get ready for a quest. It was a sad time when I had to play that game. Shadow in the cave. Let's go and change to fire. So, this should be a relatively fast hunt. We'll do a charge blade just for the entertainment of you guys. That's right, I never ended up using a weapon other than a sword and shield as far as Blade Master weapons are concerned, so... Where is my fire one? Here it is. I could add decorations to it so that I could get a critical eye +3, however I won't bother with that because I just want to get this done as quickly as possible. I'm not just ending at 1 hour and 30 minutes for the live stream for preference, it's because I do have to go somewhere within the next 40 to 30 minutes, so... Excuse me. The only time you would quit a hub is if the hub was so shit that they triple cart within the same quest. Yeah. It's not so much people quitting the hub, it's more, you know, like a huge intolerance of people readying up for a quest. That was for Ultimate, basically. But yeah, there is a case of people quitting hubs, like, immediately as well. Like, if one hunt fails, there is a very, very fair chance at least one person is going to leave. Hi, Delta. Welcome to the live stream. It's unfortunate because you've just tuned in at the time when I'm doing my last hunt before ending the live stream, but welcome. This is probably the last time that I'm actually going to play for... No, I was going to say for Ultimate. Generations Ultimate. This is the last time I'm going to play this game for a while. But hey. May as well have fun while we can. So what are we hunting? Seriously. Oh, Khezu, this way. Getting attacked by ear prey, which is not quite what I want. I am going to max potion, by the way. Don't worry. I need to get some more well-done steaks, but I think I have a lot in my... Oh, can you fuck off? Seriously. But yeah, I think I have a lot of well-done steaks in my box, so... I quit the hub in for you, it means I'm cool. Yeah, a lot of people did that. I love background noise. Anyway. So now you can see my charge blade skills. You guys are going to have to understand something to start with when it comes to charge blade. Guard point? I don't do that. What's guard point? Like, what is that? Please don't start explaining what guard points are and how to make use of them. It's just, I don't use the charge blade enough to really make use of them at all, so you'll have to excuse that. I'm not a charge blade guy. I never touched the charge blade until this game, okay? It was out for 3 games including this game, so yeah. No, sorry, 4 games including this game. So, yeah. I don't necessarily hate the charge... Can you get that off my screen? I love being upswung, FYI. Alright, let's go for a slam. Oh, that's a tail that's going to hit me. Charge blade is fun. Shit. Everyone loves charge blade. Except for me. No, I've just, I needed a change and I ended up pulling out charge blades, so that's a thing that exists. So I'm just trying to get as many uses with the charge blade as I can at this point in the game, and then I'm probably never going to use it again. Best way to train guard points. Look, I don't even know how to even begin using guard points, okay? And I don't care enough about the charge blade to learn how to use it, so I'm just going to use it without guard points, and then we're good. But guard points are pretty effective if you can use them properly. As far as I know. Let's charge this and then energy blade. Khezu in the face. Come on. Not really in the face, but I actually got him in the armpit. Rest in peace, armpit. Seriously. Oop. got knocked down. That's pretty good. I barely use Limit Breaker because it annoys me to have more files, and this might blow your mind, like when I say that, but having more files bothers me, so I just don't use Limit Breaker. I bet by saying that, that just makes me a horrible, horrible person, but yeah, as you can tell, I'm not very Charge Blade minded. For you, Charge Blade. I'm sure For you, Charge Blade was better than this. To my knowledge, the Monster Hunter 4... Oh, you bastard, he went to the second one. To my knowledge, Monster Hunter 4 Charge Blade was utterly terrible, but For you, Charge Blade was pretty good. So, yeah. It was kind of the switch acts of 4th gen when it first came out, but I don't even think it had guard points. Anyway. Oh, were they going for a capture? Probably. Someone was pinging for something. Me Charge Blade, me do damage! Anyway. Oh, I actually did a guard point thing just there, I think. But the monster was already dead. Hey Doomlink, when are you going to make use of guard points? When the monster's dead. So. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's a good thing that I chose to use the Charge Blade more in this game then. Weirdly enough, I think I have like 50 uses of the Charge Blade in 4 Ultimate. I don't have any recollection of using the Charge Blade quite so much. I only have one Charge Blade in that game, and that is the Pink Rathian Charge Blade, which may have now upgraded to the Gold Rathian Charge Blade. Probably. Long story short, it is poison based. And, yeah. I do remember using it, but not 50 times. So, I've got no idea. Oh. I put my glass on my laptop and then I realized that half the laptop's actually hanging off the thing that I'm resting it on. So maybe we'll not do that because that would cause my laptop to tip over, as well as my glass. So let's maybe not do that. Good idea, me. Yeah, exactly, Delta. See, that's exactly what Charge Blade's about, what you just wrote there. Okay, so I'm just going to manage my inventory here just briefly, and then that's probably going to be it for this live stream. I thank you guys for tuning in. Next time that I stream this game, well, not this game, sorry. Next time I stream for this live stream series, which will just be in Monster Hunter generally, I'll probably be playing either Freedom Unite or Portable Third. I would like to play a little bit more 3 Ultimate for sure, but yeah, you're probably not going to see this game for quite a while. And to be honest, World, I don't think I'm going to play that game anytime soon. It will probably end up being like, you know, Frostborn when I'm playing that game next, so yeah, that's the thing. It annoys me that I get 5 fucking viewers when I'm finishing, like, but then again, it is something that I realized. It's better for me to start later rather than earlier, but because I do have things to do today, I did need to start earlier. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Yeah, it is 3U on Wii U. That would be really great, Epidemic. I'm always happy to play with people in 3U. And that would make things easier as well, just as far as getting into hunts, because I'll have a person joining me for the hunts as well to increase the number of people hunting. So I don't know when I'll do that, Epidemic. Probably later on this week, because I do plan to stream some other things just in the meantime. Tomorrow I'll probably do some Wind Waker on GameCube. After that I might do some of the original Binding of Isaac. And I do also plan to record a new Let's Play for the 10th anniversary of Doomlink, which is the Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass on Wii U. So that's going to be interesting. So I do have a lot of things lined up for today. But in terms of 3 Ultimate, I'd say by later on this week sometime, I'll probably be doing that. So if you could join me for that, oh, I'd be carrying you through it. I thought you were G rank. Maybe not. For the sake of entertainment for the live stream, I just don't really want to be doing low rank stuff, unfortunately. So, unless you mean that you're in G rank but you don't have good stuff. Maybe that would be a different case. But anyway, that's it for this live stream, guys. Beginning high rank? Yeah, I'd prefer not to. Which, I mean, it's just that I try to do as much G rank stuff as I can when I'm playing 3 Ultimate, but yeah, maybe we can work something out. We'll see. Anyway, I thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys when I'm next live streaming Monster Hunter. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you later.